And now, Introduce Everything proudly presents 235 Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella, with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young little girl named 235 Cinderella. 235 Cinderella had 21 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Tina, Winona, Una, Hilda, Uma, Nicola, Diana, Ramona, Estrella, Davina, Tasha, Hilda, Isabella, Ruby, Tanya, Yadina, Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Emily. Each one of them constantly made fun of 235 Cinderella. It made her do all the chores. 235, wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, clean out the pantry. Do it all, said Tina to Emily all together. One day, the king of Duo sent Quinter Tuppleville's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, the king of Duo sent Quinter Tuppleville, his royal majesty, is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Duo San Quinter Tuppleville. Can I come? Asks 235 Cinderella, but she's not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsister. They were overjoyed to marry Prince Quinter Duo San Quinter Tuppleville. But they argue over later. 235 Cinderella is so sad, distraught, and upset about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Duo San Quinter Tuppleville. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and comforts 235 Cinderella. There, my dear 235 Cinderella. I'll fix everything for you. No one will know it's you, she said. She then waves her magic wand. And because of that, 230 Cinderella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 235 Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some ice. Luckily, 235 Cinderella has 235 pumpkins and 470 mice. 235 Cinderella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 235 Cinderella's 235 pumpkins into a handsome coach, and the 470 mice into horses for the coach to draw, and turns 235 Cinderella's torn dress rags and makes it into a gown and crown. Makes it bigger and better. 235 Cinderella's said, I have never seen such a sent Quinter Tuppleville-tastic gown. And get a load of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? And climbed it into the coach. 235 Cinderella's chores are. Fairy godmother said, well, you can, but have fun for her, 235 Cinderella. But I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before, and gave her a clock to tell her what time it is. 235 Cinderella accepts the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, the king of Duo San Quinter Tuppleville says, good evening, everyone. Prince Duo San Quinter Tuppleville was wondering who he should marry. Isn't that right, son? In which Prince Duke Santa Quinter Tuppleville responds yes, father. Suddenly, 235 Cinderella arrived at the ball just in time. He's walking towards me, say Tina, Winona, Una, Hilda, Uma, Nicola, Diana, Ramona, Estrella, Delphina, Tasha, Hilda, Isabella, Ruby, Tanya, Yadina, Fiona, Isabella, Veronica, and Emily all together. But Prince Du San Quintrilla Toppling is not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 235 Rella. He then says, may I have this dance? In which 235 responds, I would be delighted. And so 235 Rella and Prince Duo San Quintrilla Toppling dance happily together. But later, as 235 Rella checks her clock, and it's almost midnight, she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. 200 Prince Quintrilla Du San Quintrilla Toppling was really worried that he might never see the 235 Varela again. The king of Du San Quintrilla Toppling comes out by saying, There, now, son. I think we'll be able to find 235 Rella. And so, the king of the San Quintrilla Toppleville and Prince Duo San Quintrilla Toppling began their journey all around the neighborhood to find her, and brought the glass slipper with them. By the time they arrived, they knocked on the door of the house where 235 Rella and her 21 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 235 Rella, they find her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters, Tasha and Emily. Prince Duo San Quintrilla Toppling then said, Ladies, my father, the king of Duo San Quintrilla Toppleville, and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you draw on this glass slipper? Tasha is first, but her foot is too big. Hilda is next, but her foot is too small. Nonsense! It fits, she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, the king of Du San Quintrilla Toppleville and Prince Du San Quintrilla Toppling noticed 235 Rella singing, Your Majesty! And Prince Du San Quintrilla Toppling, is that you guys? She hollered excitedly. And the glass slipper fits! And now, 235 Rella, the king of Du San Quintrilla Toppelville, and Prince Du San Quintrilla Toppling lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and Andrew Does Everything. Buy your merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Free Funds of 375 Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young old girl named Freefeza 375 Arella. Freefeza 375 Arella had 36 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Tasha, Hannah, Rena, Ellie, Amy, Tilly, Haley, Ophelia, Uniqua, Sasha, Alana, Nelia, Dahlia, Tara, Herda, Ruby, Emery, Lisa, Hilda, Ursula, Nadina, Daisy, Raina, Eleanor, Dottie, Sophia, Estrella, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Terry, Yadina, Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella. All 36 of them made fun of Freefeza 375 Arella and made her do all the chores. Freefeza 375 wench, sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all! Set the 36 stepsisters all together. One day, the king of Freefeza 375 Aham's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, hear ye! The king of 3,375 ham, his majesty, is going to throw a ball with lots of food, and after dinner at 10 o'clock, whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son. Prince Trimilla Queen Septuaginta Tricentupling. Can I come? Asks 3,375 Rala. But she's not well invited. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. He's going to marry me, said Tasha. No way, Tasha, you're wrong. He's going to marry me, said Hannah. Both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me, said Rena. The rest say, all three of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. They even tear 3,375 best party dress. Later, at 8 o'clock at night, 3,375 Rala is distraught, upset, and sad, doing chores about not going to the ball. Suddenly, 3,375 Rala, fairy godmother, asks, arise and comforts her. There now, 3,375 Rala. I can help with a bit of magic. Nobody will know it's you, she said. And so, she waves her magic wand to do all the chores for 3,375 Arala. She said, but she's not done yet. She says, 3,375 Arala, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice. Luckily, 3,375 Arala has 3,375 pumpkins and 6,750 mice. 3,375 Arella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 3,375 pumpkins into a handsome coach. So 6,750 mice into horses, and then 3,375 Arella's rags into a gown and crown. 3,375 Rella says, I've never seen such a Trimilla Queen Septuagintuple Tricentuple-tastic gown. Get a load of my glass slippers, fairy godmother. How can I ever thank you enough? And climbs into the coach. 3,375 Rella says, fairy godmother says, well, you can't. But have fun, 3,375 Arala, but I would warn you. Return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will change back to normal. And gives her a clock to tell her what time it is. And so, it's 9 o'clock now. And so, 3,375 Arala accepts the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, the king of Trimilla, Quin's Septuaginta Tricentupleham says, good evening, everyone. My son, Prince Trimilla Quin Septuagintupleham, was wondering who to marry. Isn't that right, son? In which Prince Trimilla Quin Septuaginta Tricentupleham responds, yes, father. At 10 o'clock, 3,375 Rala arrives at the ball for the food first, just in time. 3,375 Rala then sees Prince Trimilla Quin Septuaginta Tricentupleham. 3,375 Rala's ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters say, he's walking towards me altogether. But Prince Trimilla Quin Septuaginta Tricentupleham is not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 3,375 Rala. After dinner, Prince Trimilla Quin Septuaginta Tricentupleham asks, may I have this dance? And so, 3,375 Rala responds, I would be delighted. 3,375 Rala and Prince Trimilla Quin Septuaginta Tricentupleham dance happily together. But later, as 3,375 checks her clock, it's almost midnight! And so she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. The next day, Prince Trimilla Quincentuple Setua Ginger Tricentuple was really worried that he might never see 3,375 again. The king of 3,375 aka Trimilla Quincentuple comforts him by saying, There now, son. I think we'll be able to find my dear daughter-in-law 3,475 And so, the king of Trimilla Quincentuple aka 3,775 and Prince Trimilla Quincentuple traveled all around the neighborhood to find 3,375 and brought the glass slipper with them. By the time they arrived, they knocked on the door of the house where 3,375 and her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 3,375 they find her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters, Tasha to Ella. Prince Trimilla Quincentuple Tricentuple then says, Ladies, my father, the king of Trimilla Quincentuple Tricentuple and I have a favor to ask. Can Annie try on this glass slippers? Tasha is first, but her feet are too big. Hannah is next, but her feet are too small. Nonsense! It fits! She said. The rest are the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, the king of Trimilla Quincentuple Tricentuple and Prince Trimilla Quincentuple Tricentuple noticed 3,375 sweet singing. Prince Trimilla Quincentuple, Your Majesty, is that you guys? She hollered excitedly. The king of Trimilla Quincentuple says, My dear daughter-in-law, we found you. Will you marry my son? And so the glass slipper fits. And 3,375 the king of and the Prince Antonio live happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. And I've been debating on making some sequels. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. And if you want to see maybe someday 3,375 2, 3,375 wishes come true, something like that, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And take care. Bye.